It's now time for Energy Insights, where you get an inside view and local perspectives of all the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley. This program is being brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association and can be heard every Saturday at 9 a.m. on local radio WMOA AM 1490 and ESPN radio WJAW FM 100.9 and AM 630. It's now time for the show. Here's Johnny Wharf, your local host.
Johnny Wharf on Energy Insights, along with Gene Huck. Once again, he's with Artex Oil Company. And again, I want to ask, as if I'm driving down the interstate, some questions here that people might ask. And then they see these different wells out there, oil and gas wells. And I'm guessing that, you try and some work and some don't. And there are a lot out there, right?
Yeah, that's true, John. Some wells do very well for a long time. Others just aren't that good and don't last very long.
All right, and so let's just say that one that doesn't last very long, or one that does, and then it becomes defunct. What do you do with them then?
Okay, we plug the wells from the bottom up, which means that we go in and isolate the producing zones from other possible producing zones or freshwater zones, remove any casing that we can to make sure that we get the seal good.
Okay, plugging a well, and you kind of explained it, but tell me a little bit about what, if you're going down, what materials you're using to do that.
Okay, maybe back up to well construction a little bit. When we drill a well, we actually just dig the rock out in a hole as deep as we go, and then put casing in it and partially cement the casing in the ground to isolate the producing zones from freshwater zones and things like that. When we plug, we actually just go in and we replace where we took that rock out with cement in most cases, and we just replace where we drilled the rock out initially with cement on the way back out.
All right, Gene Huck with Artex Oil Company is our guest, and so the plugging wells part of it probably doesn't sound like a money producing part of the business, but something obviously that you have to do.
There have been times in history when plugging was a commercial venture, reusing the casing, especially during World War II. There were many wells that were plugged that we would probably still produce today if they were the volumes that they were making at that time, but the casing was so valuable that they actually abandoned those wells and took the casing and drilled new wells with it.
Yeah, Gene, I started this, with a thought about, what you see when you're driving down the road. Can you tell if a well is plugged or not? I mean, could I be able to tell?
No, in Ohio, actually we're required by the state of Ohio when we plug one to cut all casings off once we seal everything off, to cut all casings off below plow depths, so there's no surface manifestation left.
All right. Great information, great insights. That's why it's called Energy Insights. Again, thank you for your time here on the radio.
No problem, buddy.
Right. Gene Huck is with Artex Oil Company, and each and every Saturday morning you can tune in for Energy Insights right here on this station, and we'll be back with more programming right after this.
Thank you for listening to Energy Insights, brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association. Tune in every Saturday at 9 a.m. on WMOA and ESPN Radio WJAW as Johnny Wharf brings you your local and inside perspectives of the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley.